My name is Chloe. Some of my friends call me Coco, and this is my YouTube channel. I'm getting used to the viewfinder up here, and so forgive me if my gaze goes like a little further up. So why am I starting a YouTube channel? I'm a pretty normal 24-year-old. I live in Oregon. I feel like I might have a perspective that some people relate to, and I also consider myself fairly funny. So, you know, I like to make people laugh. I do a lot of impersonations. So kind of just in general, I want this channel to be a fun place where people can laugh and enjoy themselves and maybe learn a thing or two that they didn't know. I definitely want this channel to reach out to people who have been victimized by abuse or depression, anxiety. I'm really big on mental health. And I'm really big on recovery. That being said, not every video is going to be about really heavy stuff, so don't be afraid of that. It's still going to be really lighthearted and, you know, hopefully just kind of stress relieving. But at the same time, I do kind of want to educate people who, you know, maybe never heard it from the perspective of somebody who struggles with it. Because let's be honest, you know, knowledge is power. So if you don't understand something, you're going to be pretty scared of it because you feel powerless. So I hope that this channel will kind of enable people to maybe view those with mental illnesses or abuse survivors in a different light. So that being said, welcome to my life. So the heater just started. I was actually introduced to social media fairly late in my adolescent life. I didn't have a phone until I was well into my freshman year in high school, and it was one of those that has like, it's a flip phone like with a little QWERTY keyboard, and it was all the rage to have a QWERTY keyboard, right? So that was what I started out with. It was a Samsung QWERTY keyboard. I'm a full Apple convert now, so some of you might hate me for that, I don't know. So, you know, and gradually from there I started using the other social media platforms. I still don't use Twitter. I never got it, because you're limited to like so many words. And I don't know about you, but I'm long-winded. And I can only post like 50 words. That's not enough for me. So, I don't use Twitter. I use Snapchat sometimes, but currently I guess the notifications for it are turned off on my phone. So my best friend will send me a Snapchat and I'll get it 3 days later. So she'll send me a video of her baby walking or something, and I won't respond to it for like half a week. So, Instagram, I used Instagram fairly often, but YouTube is new for me. So, I mean, I think I posted a video of me singing back when I was like 14. That's the other thing I like to do. I'm kind of like an amateur vocalist type. You know, it's not like I record my own songs or anything, but singing is a fun pastime for me. But yeah, that's been my really only foray into the world of YouTube. But I love YouTube, you know, for so many reasons. I watch it probably every day. I'm gonna make sure that the heater isn't melting my tripod. I think we're okay. Basically, it is something that I turn to every single day. I really like hearing about other people's lives. I like seeing what other people are doing, you know, whether it's in the United States or internationally. I watch a lot of pro athletes, you know, so Brooke Ends, a pro CrossFitter, Meg Squats, she's a competitive power lifter. And that kind of gets into what the rest of my channel is gonna be like. I am a competitive power lifter also. So basically I compete. So I compete in powerlifting meets. Currently I'm trying to drop a weight class. just not going so well. Although I did have the stomach flu a week ago, and apparently that helped me lose a pound. So that is always a huge plus. No, but seriously, you know how after, if you're sick and then you can finally do everything that you had been wanting to do while you were sick, you're suddenly just so much more appreciative of life, and you're like, oh my gosh, I get to drive myself. That's so great. So, that's kind of the place I've been in for the last week. It's just, everything is awesome. I can do it again. So, and my stomach's finally back to normal. Anyway, so yeah, competitive powerlifter. I'm not pro, as in like I don't have sponsorships or anything like that. Will I ever get sponsorships? That is definitely not up to me. But then again, you know, it would have to be something where I actually believed in the company. Because, you know, when a company sponsors you, you have to give them like basically a shameless plug, right? And so for me, I would have to feel honest when I did that. I'm sure that lots of people say that and don't mean it, but I'm a really bad liar. I'm like the worst liar you will ever find. Just bad. So if I don't believe in it, y'all aren't gonna believe me that I believe in it. Because it's gonna be obvious. Painfully obvious that I don't. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. So anyway, that's me. But I also have a lot of other interests. So I'm a vintage record collector. I have a couple different, I think you can see it here. That right there, that is my record player. I have another one in the living room. But basically, there's this place, and they have like 200 records in at one time, and they just put them all in bins. So you have to go in and you just kind of have to sort through it. But I have found some really good finds there. The last one I found, I think, was a Pat Benatar, one of her earlier albums, for like $3. Like, it's crazy. And then I found Pink Floyd, an original Pink Floyd, The Wall, and I got it for $45. So, I mean, and all of them are in great condition, but, you know, and I check too. But yeah, that's definitely one of my hobbies. I also knit. So right now I'm in the middle of a scarf. Let's see. Oh, I have 3 reptiles. I have my leopard gecko, Patrick. I have my ball python, Pumpkin. And then I have my crested gecko, Danny. And Patrick and Danny are my Irish boys. And Pumpkin is my little Halloween snake. So Pumpkin is only about 2 months old. So he's eating rat fuzzies, but I think he's going to quickly be moving up to rat pups. And I started him out on rats just in case he grew to the size where adult mice weren't enough, because I know ball pythons, they do not like changing what they eat. They do not. Anyway, so I'm kind of a conglomeration of a lot of things. This wall behind me is what I call my victory wall. And so you can see all these little hats. They are from the Warrior Dash. The Warrior Dash is over! They just quit on us for no reason. No, but seriously, I really don't know what happened. All of a sudden, on their Instagram, they said, hey guys, sorry, we are not doing races anymore. Those of you who have already signed up can run in a Spartan race. Those of you who have already signed, so they had races already scheduled. They had people signed up for those races, and they just said, sorry, we're not doing it no more. That bothers me. I'm bothered. Very bothered. Anyway, so at the end of the day, I went for 4 years. 4 years of successfully defeating that obstacle course, and I don't get to do it again. One thing I really liked about the Warrior Dash was it was kind of like a Viking oriented type of OCR. So you know, you got hats, and then they had steins and beer, and just it was really cool. It was awesome. I really don't want this heater to melt this new tripod. Also, say hello to Danny, because he's right there. Also, don't judge my bed. It's the weekend, okay? I get to be messy. Yeah. So, I'm very sad about that. Warrior Dash, we have unfinished business, and I am not happy about it. But at the end of the day, you know, I mean, I'm training pretty hard for powerlifting, so I can't be too picky, because I don't even know if I would have been able to compete in the ones that were coming up, because my training probably would have swallowed a lot of time. So I think my next video will focus more on like the mental health and trauma side of things. All of which I have personal experience with, so you don't need to worry about me being an ignorant commentator. So yeah. Well, this has been me, and it was nice to meet you. I highly doubt that this video will get very many views very soon, but you know, you never know, and all you can do is try. And I really want this channel to be helpful to people. I want people to be able to laugh with me or at me, either way. I mean, I think I'm pretty funny, so I laugh at myself a lot, I will confess. But you know, some days for stress relief, and then some days for validation, you know, especially, like I said, if you struggle with mental illness or something. I hear you, you know, and I want this to be a place where we can talk about it like adults, right? You know, no bullying in the comments, please, if there are any comments. But no bullying. I mean, seriously, you never know the effect your words are gonna have. And if you disagree with somebody, you can just say you disagree with them. You do not need to attack them personally, so please do not do that. Okay, that's not what this is meant for. There are plenty of hate videos out there that you can comment on, and people will be perfectly fine with that. I'm not fine with that, so please respect that. And if you have something unkind to say about mental illness, you can take it elsewhere. Okay, that's my request. I think that pretty much wraps it up. Thanks, guys.